And tipping us off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barrett. And from DA, well, what a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spot. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Favors in at center. And for the Nets, we've got Irving, Wilson Chandler out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant in at the small forward. Here's Ingram. Good. Nice job down low. Early part of the season, Brent, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14 years.
I loved coming into training camp being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the off-season and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improved the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. They get it back. Here's Jordan. Offside Chandler. Harris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Outside for Durant. Over Williamson. KD's shot is good.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
Ball against Irving, and it's Irving with the rebound.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting. And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Outside Holiday. Looking to end the run. Here's Favors, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And so Favors nails both of them.
Well, injury is such a reoccurring theme for the Pelicans in the past couple seasons. Funny to hear Alvin Gentry even joke about consulting a witch doctor down there in the Bayou, but new athletic trainer coming in, hired away from the Phoenix Suns. They have a tremendous and have had a tremendous reputation, hoping to improve their health of all these young players.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. 6 to shoot. Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the training staff from the Suns had an outstanding track record over the years.
The envy of a lot of teams in the NBA as they were able to extend the careers of players like Steve Nash and Grant Hill, 2 all-time greats. And they set a trend in some of the biometric tracking that they do and looking for early signs of impending problems. All about preventative medicine, Kevin, to have players be at their best.
Pelicans trail by 7. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Holiday. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Brooklyn with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And the dunk by Williamson.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Nets leading by 3. Outside Durant. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Durant drawing the double team. For three, Harris. He can't get that one to fall. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game missing all those chippies.
And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep them from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense. Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hayes, he's checked in for Williamson. Josh Hart comes in for Brandon Ingram. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball.
And taking a look at some of the stats here for Holiday. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 21 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Here's Dinwiddie. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
There's so much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Dinwiddie, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. Last year, getting it done. 8th in field goal percentage and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Pelicans shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And Redick kicks to Hayes. Moore against Dinwiddie. And it's Okafor missing. Nets leading by 3. Allen right side. Rebounded by Hart. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And there's the pass to Okafor. Rebounded by the Nets.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's LeVert missing.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Nets. They lead by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Allen is out there with Prince, and it's Caruge in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The Pelicans shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively to say the least. And the wide open shot from Redick. No good. That would have tied it. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Detroit Pistons. LeVert the pass to Allen. Back to LeVert. That shot off. Pelicans trail by 3. Here's Moore. And it's sent back by Allen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. And Reddick kicks to Hart. Dinwiddie with the steal. Wound up there for Allen. We're at the number of trades now starting to involve stars. Feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Hart, it's good. Hart's got his first 2 points of the night.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Dinwiddie attacking. Here's Allen. Passes it to Karuch. And Brooklyn with another turnover here. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Durant comes in for Rodion's Kurucs, and Harris subbed in for Karis LeVert. The Pelicans have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Well, effective ways that E'Twaun Moore can score. He's had some very good shooting years, and is going to find his way to the free throw line here.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Prince, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. For 3, Durant. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
And here is Williamson. Pass to Ingram, stolen by Allen. Pass to Harris. Over Favors, and that one's good. Durant. And the Nets lead by 4.
Well, at his height and with that release, Durant couldn't care less, really, who's on him.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable score.
And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
And Irving with the basket on the assist by Chandler.
Such a remarkable scorer. Kyrie has such a quick trigger. The D has no chance there.
The pass to Williamson. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Ingram attacking. Great D that time from Jordan.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That's where they look to him most. DeAndre Jordan with arms that go on for days. Just toss that ball anywhere, and he knows what to do with it.
Harris against Moore. Passes the ball. New Orleans Orleans moving it around. And it's Moore penetrating. Out to Ingram. Shot clock at 5. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Brooklyn leading by 6. Here's Irving. Buries it down low. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
There's a minute 34 left in the first half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Ingram. Here's Favors. Great D that time from Durant. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series. And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Okafor's checked in for the Pelicans. Holiday comes in for each one more. Pelicans trail by 10. Poked away. Pass the ball. Now here's Okafor. To end the run, Holiday dishes to Okafor. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Left side Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
Ingram passes to Williamson. Holiday against Chandler. Ingram outside. Second chance shot, Okafor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. No good on the second free throw. Nets leading by 9. Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. Durant at the elbow. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Jordan. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Brooklyn in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
And Kenny, what'd you see from New Orleans?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in a point. Jordan with some nice D. Nets leading by 12.
Last season, DeAndre Jordan bouncing from Dallas to the Knicks. And now here with the Nets, a lot of movement, but still excited about this opportunity that he has in Brooklyn to play with the Nets.
Durant's gotten 5 shots to fall in 8 attempts. Here's Holiday. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And with Jordan, he's still a nightly double-double threat.
Well, I think the idea with DeAndre Jordan is for most of his career, his game has been kept simple. Be a rim protector, set screens, and dive to the basket. And with the likes of a Kyrie Irving on your floor, it's similar to his opportunities with Chris Paul. And so opportunities for DeAndre Jordan here in Brooklyn are going to open up offensively.
Oh, and the jam by Durant.
Hey, Kevin, can you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Harris against Ball. Now here's Williamson. Defense right on him. Outside Holiday. Shot clock at 6. They need this. Knocks down the 3 ball.
That's a beautiful shot there for Drew. Defenses have to account for Drew Holiday out there behind the arc.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Oh, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. They've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
BA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Ball feeling it out a bit. KD comes with the double team. And it's Williamson missing. Nets leading by 13. Outside, KD. He dishes it to Chandler. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And no one is catching Ingram in the open floor. This guy is like a rocket.
Timeout called, the Nets. And the more you hear about Drew Holiday, a magnetic personality. He really connects with his team.
It'd be very interesting to watch the growth of Drew Holiday in that aspect this year, Kevin, with all of the additions of young, unrealized talent. Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. Drew Holiday has got to be much more of a conductor this year, along with keeping his levels of performance elite.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
That is a vicious dunk from Holiday there. When you give him room to run, he can take off just like that.
The shot's good from Irving.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. What improvements, Brent, do you like to see out of players going from season 1 to their second season in the league?
Biggest thing, Kevin, turnovers. Player comes into the league, has an opportunity to play, wants to rush things, plays too fast, doesn't have an ability to slow down and make reads. From
season 1 to season 2 and given the role and responsibility for that player, when you watch a guy whose ability to take away the mistakes, the simple mistakes he made last year, that's growth.
Because it's connected to so many other areas of his game.
Right, and he's not trying to do things that he wasn't capable of doing when he came into the league last year. He's understanding more of where it is that he's best suited in possessions and for that offense.
Good explanation. And the shot goes in. Redick's got his first points in this one.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Wound up there for Allen. The time for the ball. And another turnover here by Brooklyn. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
And Hayes throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Irving kicks to Harris. Back to Irving. Shot on the wing, and that's off the glass and in. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Outside Holiday. Back to Redick. Pass to Okafor. Kicks to Holiday. And Hart has it in the corner. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Irving. Out to Harris. Back to Allen. Tries again. That one doesn't drop. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Hart, no good. Nets leading by 12. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Irving against Redick. Irving with a clean look. Another miss by Irving.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Holiday with it. 8 points for him. Redick for 3. That one misses.
Impacting the game now at both ends. Zion moves his feet well and can change directions and close out on shooting.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nets lead by 12. And we'll be back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Pelicans trail by 12. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. And it's Prince in at the 3. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Okafor, and it's sent back by Allen. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. New Orleans making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. Nets leading by 12. Now Dinwiddie. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
KD on the wing. He's covered by Ingram. Shoots over Ingram, and Durant gets it to go. And the Nets lead by 12.
Well, that is automatic. Durant, one of the better mid-range shooters in the game.
Holiday against Dinwiddie. And Holiday, here we go. Banked in off the glass.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Dinwiddie finds KD. Poked loose. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Redick, a good look. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 6th assist on the night. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. At one point, they led by 16. Pelicans with the rebound. Williamson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. And he finished it off with a lay-in. Pelicans trail by 10. Holiday, the pass to Okafor. Levert against Redick, and the pass to Ingram. Clock at 6. And Holiday has it in the corner. Shoots over Dinwiddie. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
KD dishes to Prince. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Ingram passes to Williamson. He gets that one.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving comes in for Karis LeVert. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That's foul number 2 for him. Ball finds Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Holiday with it. Now Chandler defending. They get it back. Another shot. And good that time.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
It's Durant on the wing. He's covered by Ingram. Good on the shot. 18 points for Kevin Durant.
This has been relentless from KD here tonight. The defense has tried to adjust not once but several times, and nothing working.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 12. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And here is Williamson. Here's Ball. Chandler with the block.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Nets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kevin Durant.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Irving kicks to Chandler. On the wing, Harris. Back to Chandler. Harris, right side. This one for 3. Can't hit that one. Here's Hart. Guarded by KD. Hart the pass to Hayes. Over Irving. That one a little long. From deep. Off target. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.